This is a story about a beautiful property in the Blue Mountains, Clairvaux. It's not so much a story because the reality of this place is, on the one hand, beautiful, on the other hand, crushing. However, I'd like to set the scene so as that there's a bit of a perspective on this property. Go back in history a bit. Many thousands of years before the first white explorers arrived on the scene, Aboriginal people lived and practiced their art in the Blue Mountains. The art of the early native Australians was permeated with their religion, a mystical kinship with the earth and with all living creatures. Clairvaux is Darug land. The scenes that you see before you on the video may be shocking, but we would like to paint a different picture. Clairvaux's history began as a convent, was taken over by the Community Services Department and developed as an institution. It was used as an orphanage for pre-fostering for difficult children up until about 5 years ago. Today it is vandalised, storm-swept, flooding, leaking, smashed, gutted and in danger of being burnt to the ground. We urgently need to get back to something of the Aboriginal understanding of this country. The time has come to ask the people who had the energy to build this place and the people with all this energy for all this structural rearrangement, how they would like to combine, to synchronise, to unite their energies on this resource, to serve the community's needs, to point their energies in the same direction. We need to get the pieces back together again. But without love, anything will fall apart. Through this video, we need to be able to see Clairvaux in the light of its potential as an integrated welfare, arts, living, thriving community, an innovative approach to the needs of our community. The video highlights the crossed purposes of our society. We need to bring a clearer light on what the true needs of society are. We want to meet needs, believing that the energy is there, but we can see how it goes wrong. We need to think deeply about sustaining this energy to avoid repeating the same mistakes, to point to a sustainable solution rather than band-aiding. Community is like one body. It's interdependent. However, the notion of welfare itself is undermining. We need to unify the efforts of welfare groups with the needs and the efforts of the community. Through this video, we highlight one particular site, a glaring example of the results of our own short-sightedness. The results of a fragmented welfare approach, an us and them approach. No better place to begin than on a site which shows the results of reactive band-aiding. What we want is a method of involving the community in creative input. By showing how this has deteriorated, we graphically demonstrate that it didn't work because it was built on poor foundations. It was not holistically founded. It lacked welfare unity. It lacked community support and involvement. Though the images are reflections of the broken past, the words are a projection of a positive future. We want to step away from our broken past. We want to screen this video to all in order to be able to move forward together. A fragmented approach leads to inadequacies and ultimate failure. Clairvaux is a clear example of this. The philosophy inherent in the screening of this video is that we need a human approach which recognises the capacity and the desire of each individual, whether working within a bureaucracy or sleeping in a street, to help find a solution. We must remember the effect that such failures have on kids. We can't afford the same mistakes again. What we want is not to provoke anger, which is understandably the first reaction, but to develop a higher response. We hope this video is a way of opening up the discussion.